Hi guys, sorry that the stream started late. I had a bunch of errands to run and I am so underprepared. I haven't done a YouTube live stream in a really long time. I've only done it like once properly, so it took a second to sort of figure out what I was doing. I also apologize if I mess up some stuff. I think we should be okay. This is YouTube streaming is new for me, but so as the title suggests, I'm going to be drawing some characters. If you guys saw my community post from a few weeks ago, I asked you guys to let me know what characters reminded you of me. So I'm going to be drawing some of those characters using my Ohuhu markers. I originally wanted to have some sketches ready to go beforehand, but I've been so busy, so that didn't happen. So the first character I think I'm going to draw here is Wednesday Addams, which was definitely a character that was suggested quite a bit. I think due to the shirt that I was wearing in some of the pictures. All right, so I'm just pulling up some pictures of her here, just so I have a reference to go off of. Definitely the portrayal that I'm most familiar with is Christina Ricci in like the 90s movies. I hope you guys are doing well. I dropped off a bunch of shop orders before going live right now. And okay, I'm getting distracted. I think I want to create some kind of sorry, I'm so underprepared, guys. I'm gonna try and draw 4 characters on this page. I don't know if I'll get to all of them today, but I figured maybe I'll try and be a little bit more organized. If you saw my like more recent Ohuhu video, I sort of just freehanded it and it was kind of messy looking. So I'm going to section the sketchbook off instead so that we have more organization here. I really feel for you guys who are in school. That is tough. I feel as though I would not be able to do at-home learning for school. I would get so distracted, I think. I would have a really hard time focusing, I feel like. Aw, good luck on all of your exams, guys, and finals. Oh my gosh, I do not envy you. So you might notice I'm actually using a purple coal erase color pencil instead of my usual red, mostly because I couldn't find it today. YouTube, the chat like disappears sometimes. It's very weird. Yeah, I haven't used my render sketchbook in a while either, so it's nice to come back to an old favorite. I say old favorite, I literally got the sketchbook at the beginning of the year, but I do really enjoy it a lot. So I think I definitely want to give Wednesday her like really long, give her like a really dramatic color, because why not? It's fun. Oh my gosh, are you in class while watching my stream? I mean, education first, but I'm not gonna stop you. So if you guys have seen any of my sketching processes in my videos, I usually like to draw the nose first. I find that it's, it's like the anchor on the face, I feel like, and then it helps me figure out where to place the other features depending on where the nose is. I know everybody is like in Christmas mode, but I feel like it's always Halloween in my heart. Hence, drawing Wednesday Addams today. I recently came across this website, or this shop, I should say, called Dolls Kills. Is that what it's called? I forget. But they have a bunch of kind of like gothic-esque home decor, and I'm kind of tempted. I'm like so torn between like wanting my whole aesthetic to be like super pastel and girly, but then another part of me is like, maybe I should just have my whole life look like it belonged to Wednesday Addams. I don't know. I struggle with these two very different aesthetics. Dolls Kills is actually really problematic. Okay, good to know. Thank you. I will not shop from there then. I literally just came across it today, so good to know. And the way that if I'm kind of wanting to figure out how to line up the face, I usually aim to have the inner corner of the eyes match up with the outer nostrils. Yeah, that's true. I should just thrift instead. I think that is definitely much more eco-friendly, because reduce, reuse, recycle, right? When the pandemic is over, I definitely think I'll definitely want to visit some secondhand stores for sure and do some more thrifting. Obviously, right now, thrifting is a bit more difficult. There are like thrifting online shops, but some things are harder to ship. Yeah, I find I draw faces so often that it is definitely comes a little bit easier to me, but I do find that drawing the crosshairs, the line going up and down and the line going horizontally to center the face, to indicate the center of the face, definitely helps. But a lot of it will come with practice too. Yay! I'm glad that I can help motivate you guys to get creative. Honestly, and to keep you guys company as well. I really love hearing that you guys play my YouTube videos while you guys work as well, whether it be drawing or whatever it is, because I feel like, especially with being in quarantine, we all need that. It feels like you're hanging out with someone, even if it's a live, like not a live stream, like when it's a YouTube video, because I do that too. I like playing people's videos in the background while I work on stuff. Similar to a podcast, but at least like there's a visual too if you want to look at the video too. Been taking a Skillshare class with Chris Hong for portrait drawing. Yes, Chris Hong is great. I really, really love her stuff. And whenever people ask me about drawing or improving portrait drawing specifically, I recommend checking her out because she is really, really good at explaining how to break down the features in her Skillshare class. And yeah, she's also Canadian, which is pretty cool. Are you going to keep this live up on your channel? I want to watch this after work. Yes, so long as I don't do or say anything extremely embarrassing, yes, I will definitely keep the live up for you guys to watch later, and especially for people who couldn't make it, because I know that, you know, time zones and work or school obligations get in the way of people coming to the stream, so I'm drawing Wednesday Addams. That is the character. I'm looking at a photo of Christina Ricci, but obviously I'm not aiming to look, having my drawing look exactly like the actress, but just using the photo of her as kind of a base to go off of. I've actually drawn Wednesday once before, or no, a couple times before, but it's been a while since I've drawn her. With my Halloween YouTube videos in October, I originally was going to draw Wednesday, but then I was like, wait, Morticia Addams, I've never drawn her before. And yeah, it was fun to do that. I love drawing sultry women, I guess. So it was really fun doing Morticia. All right, so I never fully know how to draw braids. I feel like I've looked it up many times before and I just sort of make these weird little shapes. I'm like, yeah, sure. But I feel like I feel like maybe I've seen a tutorial where they draw a zigzag and then they add in, but that doesn't look right. I'm not doing it right. I actually managed to get her mostly centered in this square that I drew. I'm pretty impressed. All right, and I think I want to make her face a little bit more pointed. Definitely have a habit of drawing characters that are supposed to be a little bit younger, looking a little bit older, but that's all right. I really liked Shigo. Oh my gosh, yes. That's really interesting that you say that because I'm also planning to draw Shigo. Shigo was also suggested in my community post. So, and even though Shigo technically wasn't suggested quite as much as some other characters, I've never drawn her before and I freaking love her. So I am hoping to draw her as well. Plus, I find unusual skin tones really fun to color and draw. So looking forward to that. But I figured I would start out with Wednesday Addams first, just as a, feels a little bit easier to start out with since I haven't done any drawing in a couple of days, I think. So good kind of way to ease back into it. Shigo is from Kim Possible, which is like a Disney cartoon television series from the mid 2000s, I think. I definitely remember watching it many years ago. Okay, I'm not really crazy about this placement here. And the way that I have to like angle everything, it makes everything a little bit skewed. So hopefully not too off. Yeah, I think definitely was not centered. One of my first goth girl crushes was Sam from Danny Phantom. Yeah. Oh my god. She was just words. She was also suggested. I remembered really enjoying Danny Phantom. I haven't seen it in a really long time, like since I was younger, but I do remember thinking it was a really fun show. And I really liked that style. Similar to like Fairly Odd Parents. Yeah, I thought that style was really fun. Okay, I think I definitely like this placement of the nose and mouth a lot better. Kim Possible is on Disney Plus now. Yes, I was watching a little bit of that when I first kind of got Disney Plus, since it's very nostalgic for me. First girl crush was Meg from Hercules. Oh my god, taste. Meg is amazing. I love her. It's been a real slice. Hercules. I am done sketching. Finally move on to some color. Wednesday is pretty straightforward to draw. I saw a drag queen perfect a number to the Kim Possible theme song. Oh my god, that sounds amazing. Had a crush on Aladdin. Oh, same. Aladdin is so cute. Meg also has one of the best Disney songs. Agreed. Off topic, but have you listened to Sawayama Deluxe Edition? Oh my god, I haven't yet. I'm looking forward to it though, for sure. I have been listening to Lucid on repeat, basically. I'm obsessed with it. I'm looking forward to the music video as well, which is supposed to drop today at some point. By the way, I'm talking about Rina Sawayama, who's a UK Japanese pop artist. Definitely recommend checking her out. All right, so I'm trying to figure out, I'm not as familiar with the Ohuhu markers color selection just yet, so actually I'm gonna bust out I did like a swatch. It was on a different paper, so I'm sure the colors are gonna look different, but this is the swatch sheet that I did for my video a while back. So Wednesday is pretty pale, so I think the R18. My room is total chaos right now. I'm trying to find spaces for everything. All right, where is R18? Sketch looks amazing. Oh, thank you so much. Getting motivated to make some fan art now. Yay, do it. I love doing fan art. I think it's so fun. Especially for live streams. I find it's particularly fun with live streams. Oh, actually, there's a little. There we go. Bi/pan culture is having a crush on Wendy and Robbie from Gravity Falls. That's amazing. I love Gravity Falls, by the way. I've rewatched it a couple of times now and it never gets old. Oh yeah, by the way, the thing about this, if you haven't seen me use this sketchbook before, is the colors dry, or the colors are really dark when they're wet and then they lighten as they dry. So if you're wondering why the heck I chose this color. Okay. How do I approach this? Let's see. Let's do this. This is actually the first time I'm using these Ohuhu markers in this sketchbook. But fingers crossed. I'm sure I can't see why it would be much different from any of the other alcohol markers I've used. I think Winks was a little bit past my time. Like, I think I was a bit too old by the time it like rolled around. But I know it's really popular. People really love it. Do you think what you're going to draw first, or do you just draw without thinking? Oh yeah, I definitely think about it before I start drawing, because otherwise I feel like nothing would happen. I definitely have to have some kind of intention. Also, did you notice that the colored pencil turned like magenta after putting the marker on it? Really interesting. All right, so I mean, Wednesday is going to be pretty straightforward. It's just going to be a lot of grays and stuff, I guess. Let's see. What gray do I want to use? Maybe CG2, which is like a cool lighter gray for the color. I don't really want to leave it like a perfect stark white. By the way, guys, thanks for joining the stream. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I've been super stressed out, so kind of just hanging out in my sketchbook with you guys is a nice way to unwind and spend my Friday afternoon. Do you like drawing girls or boys more? Definitely girls, but I did mention in my one of my YouTube videos that I realized that I like drawing guys when it's fan art. But I feel like in general I prefer drawing girls. Or femme characters, I should say. Are you reading anything currently? I am pretty much, the only thing I'm reading right now is either like webtoons or manga. So I'm reading Boku no Hero Academia, or My Hero Academia, whichever you want to call it. So I've been keeping up with that. I'm not up to date on the like most recent handful of chapters, but pretty close, pretty far ahead at this point. I'm also reading Lore Olympus. I'm like really behind on that, but I'm obsessed with it, which is a webtoon. Trying to pick another color here. Here we go. How the markers don't smudge the pencil sketch. I find, I don't know, they do sometimes. I don't know. I guess because it's a colored pencil, I find it doesn't smudge nearly as much as like a graphite pencil would. I'm obsessed with webtoons. Yeah, Laura Olympus was something that people were constantly recommending me to read, and I finally did a couple of months ago, and I binged it in like a handful of days. I'm really, really into it. I haven't gone around to any other webtoons yet, but I definitely will at some point. Also, I just remembered I didn't put the plastic sheet underneath this, but I think it should be fine. What are the things I most like to draw? Definitely portraits. If you couldn't already tell, portraits is definitely my favorite to draw, for sure. I technically have music going in the background. I don't know if you guys can hear it. Let me know if you can hear it or not. How are you liking the Ohuhu markers? I love them. I think that, I mean, I'm not super picky about my alcohol markers. I find that it's not my main medium, so I feel like I'm not as maybe in tune with all the subtle differences between alcohol-based markers, but I really like these. They're fun. I do find that, or I do notice that the brush tip is not quite as flexible as some other brands I've used, but I have a bunch of markers that don't even have a brush tip on them, so having a brush tip at all is a bonus for sure. All right, so I think I want to try and have her hair a slightly different shade of gray, just to give it some kind of differentiation. So I think maybe with her shirt, I'll have it a cool gray, and then maybe with her hair, I'll try and do a warm gray and see if that helps give some contrast there. I have not heard any, or I have not tried any of the other Ohuhu products. I think they're definitely most known for their markers, but I have seen on their website that they have paints and stuff, but I've never tried it myself. This is the Crescent Render Marker Sketchbook. I originally planned to have the supplies and stuff in the description of the video, but because I was late to starting the stream and I haven't streamed on YouTube much, I did not know how to do that. So I will definitely, if yeah, when I finish the stream and leave it up, I'll add all the information in the description. All right, so the hair and the shirt definitely blended together, but I will, we'll see. We'll see if I find a way to separate them or just leave it. I'm not sure. I think someone had said that they couldn't hear the music, so I'm going to turn it up just a little bit. It's hard to like find a balance because I find that it sounds loud for me, but because my computer is like on the other side of the room, it might not reach my phone, where I'm streaming. But in any case, it's all learning experience. I've been debating on doing streams on Twitch someday. Not right now, because I think I need to get a handle on all my other things first, but it is something that I'm considering in the future. Have you tried the Touch 5 markers before? Ah, Touch 5. Is that the same as these ones? I have the Touch markers. I don't know if they're the same, but I have these guys. Yeah, I find the brush tip on these ones are a little bit more flexible, but I found that my Touch markers dry out. Like, they lose their color pretty quickly. All right, so the constant debate is always whether I do the eyebrows with markers or not. I think I'll leave those for colored pencils because I find that Wednesday Addams brows are not super bold, so I'll leave them for now. What is her eye color? I guess they're just dark, right? Because it probably varies on the actress. I'm new to this channel. Do you try painting with brushes? Yeah, I paint a lot. Most of my YouTube videos is painting, so yeah, use brushes quite a lot. This is darker than I thought it was going to be. I should have referred to my thingy, my swatch sheet. Oh well. It's fine. I think I'll just add the highlights in her eyes with a paint marker after the fact, or a gel pen. Also, yes, I have heard about the Ohuhu pastel marker set. Exclusive news for you guys. They are currently being sent to me and will be featured in a YouTube video. So looking forward to trying those out. Probably won't happen until January because I have a few other YouTube videos planned this month already. So look forward to that. What brand of color pencils do you use? I prefer to use Prismacolor and Faber-Castell. Those are the two main ones that I use. I also have some Winsor Newton ones, but they're okay. They're not my favorite. So I'm using R19 now, which is like slightly darker than the R18 that I used for the base of her face. I don't want it to go too dark because Wednesday is definitely on the pale side. But I did want to add a tiny bit of kind of shading. Struggling with watercolor, can you please give me some advice? Well, it's kind of tough to give general advice on an entire medium, but I would say that I would highly recommend checking out Fineliner Nerd on YouTube. He is a phenomenal watercolor artist, and his YouTube videos are definitely more on the kind of educational side in terms of like learning techniques and stuff about watercolor, so I highly recommend checking him out. Did you hear about Elliot Page? I did. I'm so happy for them. It's so funny because I recently have been like rewatching The Umbrella Academy a little bit. So that's awesome. I'm very happy for them. They sound, from the letter that I read, it sounds like they're in a good place. Have you tried any realism portraits? Yeah, definitely. When I was in high school, especially, I did dabble in realism. But now I feel like because I've been, making art for a very long time, I've come to a place where I prefer stylized portraits, and so that's what I prefer to draw. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave it at that with the markers. Oh, actually, maybe I'll give her a background color. And then I'll start going in with the colored pencils. Now the question is, what colored background do I give Wednesday? What was the hardest class you had to take in high school? Good question. Probably math or science. Those are definitely not my strong suits whatsoever. I'm trying to think. So I want to do Raven, probably. I'm going to do Raven. I want to do Shigo. I haven't decided on the fourth character yet, so I'm trying to like make sure I don't pick a background color that's going to compete with them. So maybe not purple, because Raven is going to be here. Maybe just like a light gray, light cool gray, cool bluish gray, I think, just to keep it super neutral, since that's the way that she is. Were you in a paint club when you were in school? There was no art clubs in my high school, so no, I was not. That is super cool if that's a thing, art clubs. That'd be awesome. I kind of wish that there was. I wasn't in any clubs in high school. I was definitely like not a loner per se, but I did not participate in a lot of extracurriculars. And honestly, I spent a lot of my lunches in the art classroom. I do not miss high school, that's for sure. Not a good time for me. I mean, I have fond memories about high school, like my years of high school, mostly just because I just spent all my days like drawing and being obsessed over anime, but I don't miss like the element of high school, like actually going to high school. It was such a flex to be in the arts for the gifted club. Oh yeah, definitely. I bet. That looks like a concrete wall. Cool. Oh yeah, true. And now it's time for science class. Oh no, bummer. All right. Yeah, so that's, I'm really happy with that color. That's nice. Okay, now time to bust out the colored pencils. So first I want to put in a little bit of blush, not like a ton, since, you know, she is definitely on the pale side, but just a little bit. Oh, actually, you know what this is reminding me of? Not that like this looks like her, but I suddenly just was reminded of I finally started watching The Queen's Gambit on Netflix. I'm only like 2 or 3 episodes in, but I'm really enjoying it. I understand the hype now. It's really interesting. I don't even know how to play chess, but it's a really, really interesting show. Kind of makes me wish I knew how to play chess so I could understand a little bit better, but not that you need to understand to enjoy the show. It'd be kind of cool if you made all the drawings look like mugshots. Oh my god, you know what? I kind of love that idea. I love drawing portraits like straight on. I'm obsessed with like symmetry, so maybe I'll draw all the characters like straight on like this. Kind of like like kind of like mugshots or for consistency. I think that's a really cool idea though. I love that. Yeah, symmetry is something that I just find so satisfying to look at. Which is why I love Wes Anderson films, because he also shoots a lot of his shots in his movies with symmetry. Very, very satisfying. Have you announced what the other characters you're drawing are? Oh, yes. So over here, I think I'm going to do Raven and then Shigo from Kim Possible. The fourth one, I still have to decide. I wrote down like a list of all the characters the suggestions that I really liked, so I have to double check that. One character that had only been suggested once on my Instagram a while back when I asked you guys what characters reminded you of me was Jane Lane from Daria, and only one person suggested it, but I freaking love Daria, and I think Jane Lane is like the coolest, so I was very flattered by that, and I'm very tempted to draw her. And I think she would fit in this kind of selection of characters that I'm doing. So we'll see. We'll see if I get to her. I'm not even sure how long these are all going to take me, so I'm not even sure if I'll get to a fourth one. You could not pay me enough money to go back to high school. Oh, I agree. I absolutely agree. Could you draw you as a Harry Potter character? Oh, that'd be fun. I like that. That would be a good video or live stream in the future. Aside from Howl, who's your favorite Ghibli man? Maybe, let me think. Probably, I mean, I gotta say the first one that comes to mind was Ashitaka from Princess Mononoke. I appreciate how just he is. He always wants to do the right thing. I appreciate that. And his character is very straightforward. Like, I think he's definitely like a no-nonsense type of guy. And Ashitaka is like the coolest name. Have you read Howl's Moving Castle? I loved the book. Yes, I have read it. it was really interesting because my introduction to Howl's Moving Castle was the movie, the Ghibli film. And so it was interesting to be able to get a more in-depth, detailed look into the lore of it, especially because it is the original story, the original version of the story. So it was really interesting. The thing that I liked a lot about the book was how Sophie explicitly had powers, like magic powers, and I really appreciated that. And her dynamic with Howl was way more aggressive, and I really, really thought that was so fun. All right, so in do I want to use colored pencil for like the line art, or do I want to try out these new Ohuhu fine liners I got? Decisions. Oh, here we go. I was showing you guys the back. Did you ever watch the Castle of Oh my god, Cagliostro. I never know how to say it. I always have a really hard time saying that. But yes, I have seen that. I think it's such a fun movie. Super fun. I actually have the DVD of that movie, and there's like a quote from Steven Spielberg on the back, like praising the film. It's so random, but awesome. Someone said it was blurry. Is it in focus now? Sorry, guys. I'm using my phone. Ooh, the topic of Snape. Snape is definitely a controversial character. I think that he as a character is very interesting for sure, but I would say that he is not quite okay. So I'm gonna use my I'm gonna use my Pilot brush pen because I haven't used it in ages. And it's super satisfying to use on eyelashes. I think the majority of the piece I'll probably use color pencils, but just for the eyes, I definitely wanted to use these. Okay, so on the topic of Snape, so regardless of his kind of motives of like keeping Harry safe and being a double agent and everything, he was a bad teacher. Like, he was so mean to everybody, like, needlessly. He antagonized everybody, like, all the students, except for, like, the Slytherins. And, so that kind of makes me think that while technically he was doing, things in where words are really difficult when you're drawing, formulating thoughts. Yeah, I just remembered thinking, like, when I was rereading the books again, and I remembered thinking, like, wow, he is so ruthless towards the students. Like, especially Neville and Hermione, he really bullied them, and he totally didn't need to. Yeah, there we go. Felt like this iris was bigger than this one. Man, putting in that like upper lash line really transforms the piece. Like, it makes it look so much more finished. Snake Squad, me too, me too. I'm a Slytherin. I've taken the Pottermore test twice now, and I got Slytherin both times, so I'm Slytherin through and through. And then, oh yeah, and then I remember my friend, she found someone had compiled every single question from the Pottermore quiz, because I don't know if you guys know this, but they actually, when you take it, it's not every single question that is available, so that people can get a slightly varied question selection. And so someone had compiled like every single question in one quiz, and I took it again and I got Slytherin. So I'm Slytherin through and through. I was honestly like, I would have been upset if I didn't get Slytherin. It's part of my identity now. Have you watched Sherlock? If we are talking about the Benedict Cumberbatch, Martin Freeman Sherlock, yes, I have seen Sherlock. It's been a while since I've watched it, but I really, really enjoyed it. I thought it was a really, really cool show. And it made me understand why people are so obsessed with Benedict Cumberbatch. He is a really compelling character in that show. I'm just moving my tripod here. My arm is in the way. Okay. Also, I have no idea what my battery looks like. My phone or the live stream doesn't let me see my battery life on my phone, so hopefully it just doesn't die unexpectedly. Have you ever seen the film The Imitation Game? Yes, I have. He was really good in that too. He's a good actor, I will say. I think my cord will reach, hopefully, my charger. Thoughts on Johnny Depp being fired from the set of Fantastic Beasts 3? Well, okay, so I really enjoyed the first Fantastic Beasts. I was disappointed, or not, yeah, no, disappointed is probably the right word. I was disappointed when they revealed that Johnny Depp was Grindelwald. I thought I liked Colin Farrell as Grindelwald. I thought it was like it worked for me. And I was like, oh, and and this is like not, and this was an opinion based off of Johnny Depp, like not like, or like totally outside of the kind of personal controversies around him right now. I just found that like the costuming choice for Grindelwald to be like super pale and kind of, you know, super kooky and quirky looking just seemed so unnecessary. And just felt like, oh, you know, they're doing this because Johnny Depp always plays characters that have to be super transformative, like visually. And so I just thought it was kind of overkill. Plus, it was almost like distracting because he's such a big name and such a recognizable actor. So I wasn't really keen on the casting to begin with. And I still actually haven't seen the sequel because I heard very mixed reviews about it. Like most people didn't seem to be super keen on it. So yeah, I haven't seen it yet. There was one boy and one girl that you could see as cute from Harry Potter. Who would it be? I guess if we're thinking of, are we thinking of, let me think. I don't know. I mean, I do love the idea of like a series with based around the Marauders, or like a series that follows Lily Potter instead. And you know, I feel like the books had described Sirius as being quite good looking or handsome when he was younger, so that would be my pick. And then for female characters, I guess Lily. I'm sure she was beautiful too. I mean, was. Favorite Ghibli soundtrack? Oh, I think Howl's Moving Castle. There's something, I mean, they're all very whimsical, but Howl's Moving Castle feels very romantic, and I like that. All right, I usually use my Posca paint marker, but just to switch it up, let's use a Uniball gel pen. Do you watch K-dramas? I don't. I have heard amazing things. People seem to really, really like them, but I have not. I don't really watch a lot of dramas in general, so it kind of makes sense that I haven't really gotten around to it. Oh, actually, I just realized I might want to outline her hair, I think, just to help try to define from the shirt a little bit. I'm not even sure if you'll be able to see it at all, but. Who is your favorite character in Lore Olympus? Oh my gosh. Definitely. It's been a while since I read it. What's his name again? Hermes, right? The red one? Hermes, I think. My brain is not working right now. I just think he's so adorable and just a ray of sunshine. I think he's so fun. I just get so happy whenever his character is involved in the story. I love Hera, what a queen. Oh my god, right? I love her too. I mean, there's so many good characters. They're great. I love his assistant. I don't know how to pronounce it. Is it Hakate? I meant to look it up, how to pronounce it. Not Minth. Not Minth. Minth can go now. I'm over her. They did Apollo dirty by making him so evil, though. I mean, I guess that's what makes the series so interesting, because you don't expect his character to be a villain or antagonistic. Kind of subverts your expectations. And I guess, you know, if you're going to have Hades be the protagonist, it makes sense to kind of like flip the switch in that way, because you need to have, every story needs a good villain, right? So all right, I mean, you can like barely see the line art, but it makes a difference, I think. What is your opinion on Zeus? Oh yeah, I don't like Zeus in Lore Olympus. Yeah, he's also a character I do not care for at all. Especially because I love Hera so much. She deserves better. The nice thing about this hair being so dark is even if this line art is like super messy, you can't see it very well, so it doesn't matter. How much time do you take to finish a drawing? It depends on the piece. So this has taken me an hour, or more. But I am like, you know, hanging out with you guys as well. But yeah, it really depends. Like some of my paintings can take like up to 6 hours. There is a huge variance in time spent. I'm also not great at being able to keep track. I don't keep, like, I'm bad at keeping track of how long things take me. I've been able to see how long some pieces take me because if I'm filming it for YouTube, then I can see how long the footage is. But yeah. All right. Eating homemade spring rolls, living the Viet life. Oh, I'm so jealous. Oh my gosh. My mom makes bomb ass spring rolls. Oh my god. So jealous. I miss my mom's home cooking in general. Oh my gosh. All right. So, moving on to the next character. Yay! Okay. Now let me just Google. We're going to draw Raven from Teen Titans. And not Teen Titans Go, the original TV show, because I don't watch Teen Titans Go. It's not for me. And because I've drawn Raven before, I thought it would be cool to draw her in her like white outfit from that one episode. I'm gonna do that because why the heck not? I think it'd be cool. All right, so let me try and get you guys. Can you guys? I'm trying to see how. Okay, get you a little closer so you can see this side of the sketchbook. There you go. Yeah, the original Teen Titans TV show is so good. So upset that it got kind of canceled prematurely because it was really, really good. And then when it came back as Teen Titans Go, I was so bitter. So bitter. All right. So, as someone had suggested earlier, I am going to draw all the characters kind of to look like mugshots because I think that was such a fun idea. So, we're going to be drawing the portraits all straight on. Have you seen the Teen Titans graphic novels that are in the process of coming out, illustrated by Gabriel Piccolo? Yes, I've seen that. I definitely want to check it out because I love his work. And I think that his take on Teen Titans is amazing. So I definitely am keen on checking that out. Which among the Spider-Man actors do you like the most? Oh, It's so funny that you asked that because I just rewatched Into the Spider-Verse the other day. It's on the Canada's Netflix, so I was like, oh my god, yes. So good. But if we're talking about Peter Parker, like if we're talking about the live action Peter Parker portrayals, I think I gotta go with Tom Holland. I think that he feels like the most accurate to an actual teenager. Feel like Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield both felt a bit too old. I don't know how old Tobey Maguire was when he did the first Spider-Man, but like I definitely like Andrew Garfield, but I think he definitely felt like too good looking and too old to be Peter Parker. But, you know, it's a different portrayal, so it's all good. I didn't dislike it, but if I were to pick a favorite. Okay. To give it some variation, I think I might try and have Raven's face kind of pointing slightly down. I definitely found that even watching Into the Spider-Verse like a third time maybe now. I've seen it a few times now. It's still so good. The animation is so cool. And the humor is great. John Mulaney is so funny. And Nicolas Cage was perfect for that casting. Kind of enjoying using this purple pencil. It's fun to change it up. Now, do I want Raven looking straight at us, or do I want her looking over at Wednesday? Wednesday is like kind of like looking this way, so it might be kind of fun to have them looking at each other, because why not? Oh, but actually, I am doing Raven in her like white costume, so maybe looking at the viewer makes more sense. More intense. Yes, it's John Mulaney's Spider-Ham was so funny and perfect. Because the way that he speaks just sounds like it's from a different time period. Yeah, my friend has the art of Into the Spider-Verse, and definitely want to borrow it from her at one point, because I find that concept artwork for animated films to be so fascinating to look at. And to be honest, sometimes the concept artwork looks even better than the movie. Because like realistically, you know, you can spend so much time on a standalone illustration or piece, whereas obviously you have to adapt it when you're doing a movie or something animated. I always aspire to be a concept artist. Yeah, that would be so cool. Where do you buy your art supplies? I try to get most of them from like local art supply stores in Toronto, but now that my YouTube channel has gotten bigger and bigger and I'm like doing partnerships and stuff, I get some of my art supplies sent for free. But yeah, most of my art supplies I try to purchase locally from art supply stores. Support your local businesses, you know? If I have to, like if my art supply store doesn't carry the thing, like the very specific thing that I want, I'll get it off of Amazon, but I try not to if I can. Do you have a preferred paper trimmer? I actually don't have a paper trimmer. It'd probably make my life a lot easier, but I literally just use like an X-Acto knife and a ruler. It's more difficult or more manual that way, but I have so much stuff that I don't even know where I'd put a paper trimmer. Like I'm constantly running out of room for everything. I have a bad habit of like not making, if I'm drawing a bunch of characters on one page, I have a hard time like making them all the same size. These are, I think these are roughly similar. Are you into skincare? Oh my gosh. Okay. If you, it's funny that you ask about that. So I have really problematic skin. It has plagued all of my adulthood, my teenage and adulthood. And my friend had recommended me to try out this skincare regimen by acne.org. And so I've been doing that this month, and it's like really intensive. So my skin has been crazy, but I'm hoping that it works because adult acne is not fun. I think I'm gonna try and have her. Do we want her to have a hood on or the hood off? Questions. Oh yeah, and her hood actually does the pointy thing. Doesn't make any sense. Maybe not. Maybe I don't want the hood. Too much, too much. Oh, everyone's saying hood on. Oh man, okay. I'll give in to the peer pressure. And you know what? To be fair, I didn't draw the hood in the last time I drew her, I don't think, so. I was trying to get out easy, but you guys are right. The hood is cool. You guys are right, you're right. And then she's got this thingy over here. Maybe I should have drawn her hair also. I'm getting like Queen Amidala vibes right now. Draw L. Oh my god, that is so funny that you say that. I'm not gonna draw L today, but I recently rewatched Death Note. That is really funny that you say that. Death Note is so good. Justice for Milo. And Matt. Yes, gotta draw the eyelashes. Eyelashes really make it for me. It's like half the reason why I like drawing like femme characters, because eyelashes are so satisfying. Can you draw Kageyama and Hinata? I definitely want to do more haiku art at some point, for sure. But as the title suggested, I'm going to be drawing characters that people suggested that reminded them of me. So Kageyama and Hinata were not suggested because understandably I have very little similarities to them. Okay, but can we talk about how men always seem to have the most beautiful natural lashes, and for what? I agree, it's so true. It's so true. It's very frustrating. I'm like, man, you don't even need mascara. What is this? All right, how do I want her hair to look under this hood? Okay. It's funny, I always draw the ears even though the sometimes doesn't call for it. Like the character is like, you never see her ears. Why did I draw them? Also, I apologize if you can hear like random banging noises. My room unfortunately faces the dumpster of the building, so they are taking out the recycling or the garbage or something. kind of weird trying to fit her hair like in this hood. This is probably why I originally didn't want to draw the hood, because I'm like too lazy to try and figure it out. Oh, we're talking about The Mandalorian? Ooh, I really like The Mandalorian. I have been really enjoying it quite a bit. All right, so I've been streaming. What time is it? Oh my god. How does this happen? Streams always go so much longer than I think they will. So I'll probably realistically only get to finish Raven because I'm hungry. I'll have to draw the next two characters another time. But I will try and get Raven done with you guys here. Yes, the markers are Ohuhu brand. I actually don't really own very many Copic markers, so I don't really have a lot of experience with them. What the heck? How does this work? Okay, so this, like this, her shoulders like this, and then, y'all, it's so confusing. Let's do that. Right? Okay. In this hood, I'm going for the all-white version of Raven, so I won't have to do that much coloring, I guess. I'll just be using, like, light grays. I don't know. This looks weird. Whatever. I do have a set of Spectrum Noir as well. I haven't used them much. I got sent them by the brand. I think the brush tip on the Spectrum Noir is a little bit more flexible than Ohuhu. But as I mentioned before, I'm not like primarily a marker artist, so I find I don't pick up on a lot of the kind of subtleties as someone who primarily uses markers probably would. But yeah, I definitely think that there are so many competitive brands out there now in comparison to, competing with Copic markers, which of course are like the golden standard for a lot of people, but they are definitely pricey, especially for people who are just interested in trying out the medium or don't have the budget for it. So yeah, I think that Copic is definitely not the only option anymore, which is great. I actually had bought mostly Prismacolor markers when I was like initially dabbling in alcohol-based markers, because that's what was like readily available at my local art supply stores. So that's what I ended up buying a bunch of, and they work just fine. I have a bunch of them still. Okay, I think that's the sketch. Can you refill the Ohuhu? I don't think so. And I don't think you can buy them individually either. I think they all come in sets. I don't think you can buy them individually. All right, so I really like when Raven has the like grayish purpley skin, so I'm gonna do. Let's see what colors make sense for this. R11. PG. This one? Okay. So I'm gonna go with like a light gray as the base first, and then I've got this like pastel purple that I'll use for like some of the shading and stuff. Filling in like huge, wide areas is always nerve-wracking. Mostly when it's on the face, because you want it to look as even as you can. But I do find that the render marker sketchbook really good for that, like getting really even coverage, which is why I like using it so much. But I do find that it's good to work fairly quickly. Yeah, it's so interesting. The marker or the pencil like turns pink and the markers are on top of them. It did smudge a little bit in some areas, but since Raven is an unusual skin tone anyways, it doesn't really matter that much, which is why I like using like colored, like warm colored-ish colored sketching utensils, because if it smudges, it sort of complements the portrait anyway.
If he's not treated right, he's even programmed to die.
Before, people who disliked missed the like button because they got blinded by how pretty this is. Aw, thank you. Yeah, honestly, I don't know what compels people to dislike videos. If I don't like a video or whatever, I just move on to a different one. I don't know why people feel the need to dislike things. Okay. Now are you into graphic novels? If so, what are your favorites? I don't read a ton of graphic novels, but I do have Laura Dean Keeps Breaking Up With Me. Oh, I have it right here, actually. The artwork is freaking stunning. Look at this. So beautiful. And I really enjoyed it. Absolutely gorgeous. I love the accents of pink in it. Stunning. But yeah, really enjoyed it. I have a couple other ones that have been gifted to me, but I haven't gone around to reading them yet. I don't even remember the titles at the moment. But yeah, more so, I guess I'm more so a manga person. I read a lot of manga. Also, that lip ended up being a little bigger than I intended. Whoops. That's all right. Now she looks extra sassy. Yeah, graphic novels are basically, yeah, graphic novels, manga, it's kind of more or less the same. It's a more visual way of storytelling. I guess maybe I'll do a shadow of the pointed hood like that. There. And then we want the shadow on her nose a little bit here. Okay, now we want, next I'm gonna do her, I think her hair. I want to use a different color than this let's see, P3. Where is that? P3. What is your favorite Ghibli movie? There's so many great ones. It's always hard to pick one, but I think if I have to pick one, it's probably Howl's Moving Castle, because I never get tired of it. I can watch it at any point, and I love Howl so much. Whereas I feel like something like Princess Mononoke, while is like an absolutely incredible film, it's a bit heavier, so I find I have to be in the right mood for it. Whereas with Howl's Moving Castle, it's like very much like a feel-good narrative story, so I can like watch it at any point, any mood. What is this song? I'm gonna switch it. Sorry, guys. Okay, there we go. I don't want lyrical songs playing right now. It's too distracting. So happy to see artists from Toronto. Any tips on art stores around here? I'm an absolute beginner. Yeah, there's tons of art supply stores in Toronto. There's Dessert, there's Curry's, there's Above Ground, there's Gwartzman's. There's, if you want to go more like stationary, there's Medoko. So many. But yeah, the major ones definitely Above Ground, Dessert's, Curry's. And then Gwartzman's, there's only one location, but they have a cool selection if you're in the area downtown. I love this purple color. Very nice.
I know it sounds silly, dear, but do it for me, please.
I'm gonna do the white robe, just because I haven't done that before. If you have Netflix Canada, and I don't know. It's always hard. Like each Netflix's countries have different selection, but Canada's Netflix has like all the Ghibli films right now, which I was really excited about. Okay, and now I'm gonna use this marker again for some of the shading on the robe. If you use a VPN, you can access Netflix in other countries too. Yes, very true. Thanks for joining the stream. The sketchbook I'm using is the Crescent Render marker sketchbook. I've done a YouTube video review on it if you're curious, but long story short, I really like it. Oh yes, something that I think makes a big difference is adding in that little bit of shadow on the whites of the eyes. Okay, now let's see. I guess the lighting, I'm just gonna keep them all like straight on, so let's do this. Yeah, the thing about the sketchbook is it's dark when you initially put everything down, and then it lightens as it dries. So it's usually good to do swatches beforehand if you're worried about what the color is going to end up looking like. Using a brush tip for things like folds in clothing is really satisfying. Oh, and hair too. It's really satisfying when you're doing hair as well. I'm not gonna be too particular about the shading on this just because I am so hungry. And I want to finish this before I go. I didn't have lunch yet, so that was a mistake, but I was like really running late. I can't believe it's almost 3 o'clock. Dang. Okay, now I'm gonna use a darker gray for the inside of the hood. Wait, is there a color on the inside of the hood? No. In the show, it looks like it's just like black, basically. Yeah, that's cool. I'll just do a dark gray. Let's see. Maybe I'll do the BG. No, CG. Cool. Let's do a cool gray. Cool gray 7. You should just make this a cooking art stream. Oh my gosh. I'm not a good cook, so that would be a disaster. I'm not even, when I do finally eat lunch, I think it's just gonna be leftover Indian food. I've been so busy lately that cooking has been minimal. Like I just had toast for breakfast because I'm like, this is fast. My old roommate though, she loved the YouTube channel Cooking with Dog. It was so cute. Unfortunately, the dog passed away. So sad. I like to eat and watch, but also drawing. Aw, yay, that's so cute. Oh my gosh, yeah, don't drink your paint water. That that is a grave mistake. I've thankfully never done that. I think because the water, the thing that I use to keep water is like so far from looking like a mug. Like this is what I use. It's like a collapsible. I almost never collapse it because it just lives on my desk, but it collapses like this. So I can never mistake it for a drinking cup. But I've seen people where they have like a mug that says on the front, not, or it says like paint water on the front or something, which I think is pretty funny. The collapsible thingy I got at my local art supply store. The brand is Faber-Castell, if you're interested in getting one. But I'm sure if you just Googled like collapsible, wow, I can't say that word, collapsible paint container or something, I'm sure lots of results will come up. I'm sure Faber-Castell is not the only brand who makes it. Oh my god, my I don't know if you can hear that, but my tummy is gurgling right now. All right, Raven, let's do this. Okay, we need a yellow for the brooch thingy, but I don't want it to be too strong. Let's see. Y3. I dip my brushes in my drink a lot, but never drank paint water. Oh no. Yeah, it'd be so sad if I like dipped my paintbrush into my like tea or coffee. It'd be so sad. Okay, and then red we want for the inside of this and the pendant on her forehead. I'm gonna go with R5. Where is that? Hi, Clara. Man, you always manage to make it to my streams. That's so awesome. Thank you. Oh, I just realized I should have left an area for the highlight. That's all right. I'll add it in later with the gel pen. One time my cat stepped in my green gouache and got all over my desk. No, that sucks. That happened to my friend too. She said that her cat stepped in some kind of ink, like drawing ink, and got little paw prints all over the place. Yeah, my roommate has a cat, and I try to keep him out of my room for the most part because he has definitely put his wet paw on a gouache painting before, and it was I was able to salvage it. I was so lucky, but yeah, it was a disaster. So not want that happening again. All right, so Raven's eyes are, I think they're just a purple too, right? Like a dark purple, basically. Yeah. All right. Let's go with this. I got a pug called Sky. Aw, that's so cute. Pugs are adorable. That was something that I loved about my old retail job was dog watching. Because like the store would face like the street and we could watch all the dogs passing by. And the store was dog friendly as well, so people could bring in their dogs. It was great. Not working retail, but dog watching. I'm living for all these like purple colors together. It's satisfying to look at. And this like magenta-y purple colored pencil worked out really well. Have you watched Harry Potter? If so, who's your favorite character? Oh my gosh. We were talking about Harry Potter earlier. I love Harry Potter. I think every single live stream I ever do, we end up talking about Harry Potter, and I'm totally here for this. But yes, favorite characters are Lupin, Remus Lupin, underrated. Luna Lovegood. I also love the Weasley twins, Fred and George, and Luna Lovegood. I know that's several characters, but those are my faves. Every few years I go back and reread the books because they're comfort food. It's nostalgic and makes me happy. And I like to put on the movies when I'm working sometimes because it makes for nice background ambiance. Oh, y'all, I'm obsessed with Avatar: The Last Airbender. It is one of my absolute favorite. It's probably my top favorite TV show of all time. Not even just animated, like just ever. Favorite. Absolute favorite. I'm surprised you guys didn't know this already. I talk about it in every video, I feel like. Absolute favorite. All right, getting distracted. Now let's start adding some shading to the robe. More shading. Oh, what are my favorite art supplies? Good thing for you, I made a whole YouTube video about that. So it's a little bit older now, but if you scroll back a little bit, I did make a whole YouTube video with all of my favorite art supplies. And I talk about like pencils, markers, paints, a little bit of everything. I think, yeah, in here, since it's like in the hood, I think it makes sense to just make the shirt all dark. Is it just me, or I think turtlenecks look so good, but I hate wearing them. I find it's too constricting and it like bothers me. Same with like crew neck shirts that are like too tight around the neck. It just feels like I'm being, it's a bit claustrophobic for me, I think. Haikyuu is amazing. I love Haikyuu. Favorite right now. I just rewatched it from start to finish because I'm obsessed with it. Well, not to finish, I guess, because I haven't seen the newest season yet. It's not finished, but I love it. Love it dearly. Not even a sports fan, but I love the show. I haven't read the manga yet. Maybe that'll be the next thing. Yeah, turtlenecks on other people, turtlenecks on me. I agree. Yeah, exactly. Oh, Legend of Korra. Not my favorite. Not my favorite. The animation was really good. Animation looked incredible. And I did watch it from start to finish, like as it was airing, and I was very excited about it. But in comparison to The Last Airbender, The Last Airbender is my number one for sure. I have never revisited Korra, whereas Last Airbender I've watched many times. (2D or 3D animation? I talked about this in my most recent Q&A video, but I am a big 2D animation lover. It's my absolute favorite. It actually bums me out that everything is 3D nowadays. Especially Studio Ghibli is releasing a 3D movie. That made me so sad. I mean, I haven't seen it yet. I don't know who knows, maybe it'll be great, but c'est la vie. What's your favorite animation visual wise, not like content? Like my inner artist freaked out with Into the Spider-Verse and Klaus. Yes, both of those are really good. Really good. I agree. Visually, one that comes to mind, I don't know if it's top tier, but I really thought The Princess of Kaguya, is that what it was called, right? By Studio Ghibli. That was a beautiful film. It was all these ink and watercolor washes. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Okay, next, I think, do I want to start the colored pencil? Oh wait, we gotta do the background. Derp, derp. Let's see. Do I want to do purple? Does that seem like too much purple? It kind of seems fitting for Raven though. Maybe I'll do a dark purple, since we went with the white robe. Yeah, that makes sense. Let's see, P5. Let's see, let's do this. I rewatched My Neighbor Totoro and it gives me such a magical feeling. I love it so much. Oh, yes, I absolutely agree. My Neighbor Totoro is a staple from my childhood, for sure. I watched it on VHS, because I'm old. Loved it so much. Still love it, of course. My one friend, for Christmas or birthdays, she almost always gets me some kind of Totoro themed merchandise, and I'm totally okay with that because it's so cute and very special place in my heart from my childhood. It was my first Ghibli film as well. I loved when Bob's Burgers parodied My Neighbor Totoro in like the one Thanksgiving episode. It's so funny. I think when like Bob is tripping on absinthe or something, so funny. Not too long ago, I like went and rewatched all of the Bob's Burgers episodes that were either Halloween or Thanksgiving themed. Just golden. So funny. That Deep Purple's giving me life. Same. It's so satisfying, right? How do you feel about films like Coraline? Oh yeah, I love Coraline. I made a whole YouTube video drawing Coraline and talking about it. I love stop motion animation. So cool. The worst though is when a sketchbook doesn't fly like perfectly flat and you're trying to get into the like the where the seam is. I'm really glad I gave myself a little bit of a border divider here because it's more satisfying when the characters are like neatly packed in here. Have you seen Community? Oh my god, I love Community! I mean, to be fair, I've only seen the first 3 seasons. Maybe I'd seen a little bit of the 4th season, but I love Community. At least those seasons, the earlier seasons that I've seen. Super funny. Super funny. That was where my crush for Donald Glover began. And then, you know, and then he was doing the Childish Gambino thing, and I was like, oh my god, very into this. Have you seen the Your Name movie? I haven't yet. I've heard such good things about it, though. I really should get on that soon. Because I feel like I've seen screen caps of Your Name, if I'm remembering correctly, and it just looks gorgeous. So yeah, definitely on my list, for sure. I feel like there's not enough contrast happening for me. I think the inside of the hood, I want to have it a little darker. Let's see, this color? Have it a little bit more on the blue side, perhaps? I don't know how I feel about this, but we're doing it. Actually, no, I'm into it. It's good. I'm into it. When Marnie was there, really disappointed me because I thought it was a lesbian love story. Wait, it's not? No, I haven't seen it yet. I totally thought that's what it was going to be too. Aw, bummer. I mean, I guess I'll still watch it, but at least now I know what to expect because I definitely thought it was a love story too. Aw, now I'm sad. I want to watch Blood of Zeus. I hope it's good. The animation style looks really cool. I haven't seen it yet either, but... The brand of kneadable eraser. I think it's Stadler, or maybe the house brand of the art supply store that I bought it from, but might be Stadler. I'm not for sure. Okay, but you're lying if you say you didn't have a crush on Jack Frost in the Rise of the Guardians movie. I mean, he definitely was cute. He was definitely cute. Was he voiced by Chris Pine? I think he was voiced by Chris Pine. And Chris Pine is cute. Who, fun fact, voiced the blonde Peter Parker in Into the Spider-Verse. I think he also did the singing for those Christmas songs too. So funny. I have not watched Castlevania yet, but I've heard good things about it. And I mean, I used to be really, really obsessed with vampires, so maybe I should give it a shot. All right, I think it's time for me to start the color pencil because I have been streaming for a really long time. And I want to make sure I get the scale done. Chris Pine always voices characters that say, "You're gonna be all right." It's so true. Yeah, I was like, even though I knew that his Peter Parker like dies pretty early on in Into the Spider-Verse, I was still so sad about it. I was like, no, so sad.
You're telling us we gotta risk our lives just because somebody might need help, huh? You're stupid enough to go die in that trap. That's your business. However, I am not stupid enough to fall. Just in case we fail.
Oh, speaking of Chris Pine, I'm really excited for the new Wonder Woman movie. It looks really fun. Just asking out of curiosity, since you did drawings during Halloween, are you gonna make any Christmas themed drawings? No, I don't. Well, actually, no. I won't be doing any like fan art, like not anything like overtly Christmas. But I will be, my next YouTube video, I'm planning to do like a winter themed illustration. So that'll be like the closest thing. Because I actually don't really usually do like any kind of Halloween, or no, obviously love Halloween. I don't do holiday or winter themed illustrations very often. And so yeah, I asked my patrons, because I need to make the artwork for the exclusive Patreon postcard for December, and I asked them if they wanted like a winter wonderland theme. So they voted yes, so that's what we're gonna be doing in the new YouTube video. And yeah, so not Christmas themed or holiday themed specifically, but definitely winter themed. I think I'm gonna draw like a portrait with like some poinsettias or something, because that's like very holiday-esque, winter-esque, but not like super in your face Christmas. Is Bakugo your favorite Boku no Hero Academia character? Yes, he is. How did you know? I mean, I've talked about it a lot, but it's true. Have you watched The Girl Who Leaped Through Time? I haven't. I really, really want to, though. The director, what's his name? Mistaking, leaving my brain, but I've heard really good things about it. On the list, for sure. How about Ouran High School Host Club? I love Ouran High School Host Club. I recently rewatched it, and I hadn't watched it since like high school, which was like a long time ago, and I still love it. Love it, love it, love it dearly. The humor in this show is so specific and weird and awesome. Like the episode when they make instant coffee is just so funny to me. What's your favorite and least favorite anime? Favorite is definitely Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, for sure. That's like top tier. I keep doing this, guys. I'm so annoying. Wow. But least favorite, I don't know. I guess I can't really place a least favorite because I haven't, I don't know. I feel like a lot of the things that I watch, I'll end up liking, or if I'm not crazy about it, I just stop watching it. But I can't really think of anything that like rubbed me the wrong way, if that makes sense. Like I can't think of anything that I was like, oh, I hated that, in terms of anime. So yeah, don't really have a least favorite. Also, definitely need to give Raven some eyebrows at this point, because she's looking kind of alien here. I mean, she is an alien, right? But you know what I mean. She needs eyebrows. I love eyebrows. This music right now is like kind of Halloween-y feeling. It's funny. Prismacolor or Faber-Castell? Ooh, I really like both of them quite a lot. They're kind of, serve like different purposes. Like the Prismacolor I find are really soft and nice for blending, whereas the the Faber-Castell are a harder lead, so they keep like a really sharp point and are good for like sharper details. So I have a really hard time picking between the two of them because they kind of serve two different purposes in a way almost. Plus, I'm just like crazy indecisive, so. Do you listen to Harry Styles? I do. He was actually in my like top 5 for the Spotify yearly wrap up or whatever, which I was kind of surprised by. But I did really like the album, his newest album, Fine Line. Yeah. I dug it. Okay, I think I was in the top 3% of the listeners. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Have you ever seen Demon Slayer? I haven't yet. Oh my gosh. It's definitely probably the highest, or wait, what am I saying? The most recommended anime that I get right now. And so it definitely is on my list of things I want to watch. Oh my gosh. Talking and doing the eyelashes was a bad idea. Yeah, so definitely keen on checking out Demon Slayer for sure. I feel like I've been saying this for months, but I swear I will watch it eventually. Oh my god, this is okay. A little bit thicker than I wanted, but you know, it happens. What happens is we gotta thicken the other side to match. It's like putting on eyeliner. It just gets thicker and thicker when you're trying to even them out. Okay, there we go. That looks pretty even. Thank God. Have you ever done Rocky Horror Picture Show art? I haven't. Oh man, I should. Next Halloween. Yeah, that would be really, really fun. That is a good idea. What were we talking about earlier? Oh yes, Demon Slayer. Yeah, so the thing about, for me, starting new TV shows or starting new anything is I definitely have a bad habit of like getting too consumed and then just like binging it. And since I've been so busy lately, I've been purposely like avoiding watching like a lot of new things because I know that I'll get nothing done because I'll just like sit there and, you know, waste away binge watching something. So that's why it's taken me so long to get around to Demon Slayer, because I have a feeling that as soon as I start watching it, I'll probably just like get fully sucked in. Which is actually why like something like The Mandalorian, which is only being released weekly, like new episodes are being released weekly, is actually a good thing for me because then it forces me to only watch a couple of episodes or whatever, one episode a week or something. Actually, it's not dark enough for me. Let's do this. Have you drawn Baby Yoda? I haven't actually. I feel like I wouldn't be able to make him nearly as cute as he already is. I'm obsessed with him though. So cute. And for those of you who've seen the newer episodes, Baby Yoda has a name now. Which at first I was like, no, I like calling him Baby Yoda. And I mean, still calling him Baby Yoda, but the name that, the reveal of his name is still pretty cute. So I was like, all right, I'll accept this. I'll accept it. Not to spoil anything if you don't want spoilers, but the new character that they introduced in that episode where they revealed Baby Yoda's name is so cool. I hope she comes back. Star Wars or Star Trek? I haven't actually watched much Star Trek, so I guess I have to pick Star Wars. Have you watched, other than Mandalorian, the other Star Wars series too? Not TV shows, no. Like, I know people really love the Clone Wars and stuff, but I haven't actually watched any of that. I have seen all the movies, of course, but none of the other TV, like, spin-off TV shows. I've heard good things about the animated Clone Wars, though. Sorry if my hand's in the way. I like completely lost the sketch of her nose, but yeah, that works. Okay. I think I actually really like this drawing of Raven. I think I got her expression a lot better this time than I did last time I drew her. I think last time I drew her, she looked like a little bit too cutesy, so I'm digging this. I started my own YouTube channel. Yay, that's awesome! Congrats! That's exciting. What's your zodiac sign? I'm a Libra. Libra gang. What up? I'm sorry, that was cringy. But yes, my sun sign is Libra, my rising is Virgo, and then my moon sign is Leo. I think I got that right. But yeah, astrology is fun. I don't I don't abide by it or think that it's concrete in any way, but I do think it's quite fun and interesting to like read up about. I can't draw Bakugo for anything. His hair is really hard. Like that spiky anime hair is really hard. Oh my god, you're a triple Scorpio. That's crazy. Ultra mysterious. Have you ever watched Young Justice? I have not, but I've heard good things. I feel like I should check it out though, because I generally really enjoy animated DC stuff. So I should check that out. I think it's on Canada's Netflix, so maybe that'll be something I get around to for, like, I like to watch TV shows and stuff when I'm eating and whatnot, so maybe that'll be the next on the list. I've been like slowly rewatching The Umbrella Academy while I eat lunch and dinner and stuff. So, all right, so we're getting close. I really need to pee and I really need to eat, so let's wrap her up. Need to do this. this thingy. I finished up some pottery earlier so I could do trimming today. Ooh, I love seeing pottery like items. I've been like really keen on acquiring more like ceramics and pottery items and handmade things like that. I think it's so cool. If you guys are looking for a really relaxing YouTube channel, I recommend checking out Amy Ceramics. She creates these really adorable pots, handmade pots. I have one. Where is it? Ooh, let me reach. Look, so cute. AMII Ceramics. Amy Ceramics. So freaking cute. And her YouTube videos are so calming. Thanks for joining, guys. Bye. All right. We're almost there. I mean, I'll probably end up working on it more later, but just to have it mostly finished looking for you guys. Let's outline some stuff. Quickly now, quickly. Yeah, I think we need to just give her some pupils. I mean, not pupils, the highlights in her eyes. Where's my gel pen? Oh, here. My Instagram handle is the same as my YouTube one, so just I'm a wonder. How do you draw her eyebrows? Oh my gosh, I love drawing eyebrows. I like to do like a bunch of successive little lines. Whoops, did not mean to put that there. To get that kind of feathery look at the beginning. And yeah, I did it entirely with the colored pencils. I find that helps too, like to get it a bit more detailed looking. Putting in the white highlights is so satisfying. Although her skin is very, very pale, so it's like barely noticeable. But definitely the eyes, it's really helps bring the character to life. And the inner corners, I love doing that too. It's like putting on makeup. I haven't worn makeup in ages. I miss it. Bye, thanks for joining. I'm actually almost ready to call this stream a day also, actually. Yeah, there we are. Those are the two gals that we did today. As usual, the streams went so much longer than I intended. So yeah, we've got our cute little Wednesday Addams and our Raven. And yeah, so at some point, I'm probably going to do another stream and draw. I want to do Shigo for sure. Still deciding on the fourth character here. And yeah, thanks for joining, guys. It was super, super fun. I don't think I said anything particularly embarrassing, so I will definitely have the live stream up so that you guys can watch it from the beginning or watch it again, or especially for those people who weren't able to make the live stream so that everyone can watch it later. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I'm gonna go pee and eat now. So I hope that you guys have an amazing evening or day wherever you're at. And I will definitely make a post about the next one. So bye guys, have a good one.